The woke owl. There are sores which slowly eat away at the mind in solitude. The city was riddled with them, unseen blights that festered beneath the facades of glass and steel under the banners of justice, behind the hollow eyes of the enlightened ones. I watched them from my window, those who claimed to know the suffering of the world, those whose lips uttered delicate, palatable phrases as they skimmed past the hungry, the evicted, the maimed. Their words were their incense, their ritual, their exorcism, a way to cleanse themselves of complicity while ensuring the order remained intact. I too had once believed in their words, but that was before the rot set in. Before I understood that their struggle was not my own, that their battles were waged not in the streets but in conference rooms where they carved slogans into stone and paraded them like sacred relics. It was there that I first saw them, J.B. Williams and Jess Eddy, the twin apostles of the not-for-profit industrial complex. They moved like phantoms, weaving grand narratives with a flick of the wrist, their voices laced with the perfumed tones of those who have never known hunger. To the faithful, they were gods. To the rest of us, illusions. In the depths of night, when sleep eluded me, I would watch them pass under the dim yellow glow of the streetlights, their silhouettes stretching and distorting like specters of a world I no longer understood. They spoke of justice while their pockets swelled. They built careers upon the backs of the discarded, and when they were done, they cast them aside with the same detached benevolence. The poor were not people to them, but artifacts, props in the great theater of their righteousness. My memories are tainted by their voices, their rehearsed lamentations that echoed through the corridors of power but never reached the streets. I remember a man who once worked in the factory near my home, his hands calloused, his face lined with the years he had given to labor. He spoke of wages, of rent, of hunger. He was not welcome among them. "Your language is outdated," they said. "You must first unlearn, then relearn." And so, the only voices that remained were those that had never known the weight of silence. The city decayed, the price of bread rose, the factories emptied, the slums filled with stagnant water, and still they spoke, still they wrote. Still, they gathered in great halls to whisper amongst themselves, their words wrapping tighter and tighter around each other like the coils of a serpent consuming its own flesh. It was a performance, an incantation, a ritual designed to lull the world into complacency. In my dreams I see an owl, its eyes wide and unblinking, perched on the skeletal remains of a once mighty tree. It does not speak, but it sees. It sees what I see. The illusion, the decay, the silent, gnawing rot beneath the gilded surface. And when I wake, gasping in the dim light of my room, I know that the owl will still be there, waiting, watching, as the city hums on in its slumber indifferent.